Hello everyone, welcome to my place. Here's another part of that video. Now this will show you how hypocritical watchtowers keep switching or flip-flopping their doctrines. Should a husband be required to provide for his family, or should the woman should be the bread maker and pay the bills while the husband just work just a little bit and just have enough money to do what he wants and not to do anything for the house? Doesn't matter what it's supposed to be when the elders tells him his wife is the bread maker. His wife should be the one paying all the bills. Now we're going to hear a different story. What I believe, what he's saying makes more sense. Now there's different things could cause a man not to be able to work anymore, but that's a different situation. But when you got men that is able to work and provide for his family because he's being brainwashed by elders by believing that the provider is supposed to be the woman, but that's not what the Bible basically teaches or part of this talk. So let's listen in and we'll go from there.
So as husbands, we have to be
good providers. That means that we have to spend time finding ways that we can provide for our families. So we don't expect our wives to take care of us, but our obligation is to take care of our wives. So it may be a case, brothers and sisters, that our wife may desire to have something. And we might think, well, I bring the paycheck in, so I should really make the decisions on everything that's bought. But we also have to think about the fact that...
Now, you heard what he said. It's the husband's job to provide. Now, he thinks his decision should be his since he's bringing in the paycheck and everything goes exactly what he says. But when you throw that on your wife, when she's the one that's paying all the bills while you're keeping your lazy butt in bed, sit around on JW.org or JW broadcast, and you expect her to do everything, but when she wants to do things for herself, you fight with her because you don't want her to do nothing, because you still think you're the head of the house when you gave her that right by forcing her to pay all your bills. So the way I look at it, you have no rights. You gave up your rights. And that's happening in many marriages. That's the reason why many women left their sorry scum of a husband, because they would rather follow Watchtower's men policies then think for themselves, saying, no, this is not right. We shouldn't be doing women like this. This is wrong. Just like someone put up a video a while back ago when they had a policy to disfellowship women if they was overweight, because they wouldn't be able to go out and field service or look beautiful when they're knocking on people's doors. And he knew that was disgusting, and he fought and he put his 2 cents in. That is wrong, because there's a lot of men out there has weight problem. People, when you have an organization, all they care about is paperwork, publications, making Bible studies to bring more people into this false religion. This should tell you there's something wrong with this, especially when it affects your marriage. Especially when you got a woman going out there making so many hours so she don't have to be looked down upon. That pushes her away from her housework, her getting a good job, providing with her husband, to have a better life, to be able to provide for themselves in case if something happens to them or one of them, it wouldn't be a burden on the other because they already had a big giant nest egg. But that nest egg can deplete or empty itself if you keep giving your money to Watchtower. Now, I had this stupid jerk was arguing with me how come Jehovah's Witnesses don't make commercials on their products, because they could make money selling the books and all that. Yeah, they could. But the problem is, we know what their product is. We know how evil their books and literature is. So putting out commercials out there, it would make them look really bad, because they had that experience one time before with Judge Rockford when he built Beth Shereen. Now he boasted that they didn't have to advertise about the house. They didn't spend 1 penny because the news media was going to rip it apart, building a house for King David, Abraham, all these men of old. It was supposed to be resurrected. So he and the Bible students was plotting. This is getting worldwide news. And guess what? It did get worldwide news. Why? Even after his death in that house in 1942, those men never came back. And this is 2017, and those people still haven't been resurrected. And I've seen many books, magazines they put out about these men who's going to be resurrected. Did they say they was wrong on that? That they lied? Who told them to put this information into these books, giving people false hopes of false resurrection, a false paradise? That's the reason why there is broken marriages, because people want to get out of this false religion, and the other person, some reason, don't want to get out of a dangerous cult. And they think we're the lunatics for leaving a dangerous cult? No. We're the smart ones. We're the ones who dedicated our life for the real truth. That's the reason we left the false truth. Let's continue.
With our wives, what would we have to pay if we had to pay for a cook, a purchasing agent, a housekeeper, an accountant, a decorator? So she's really contributing as much to the household as we are. And sometimes, in many cases, it may be more. So if a wife comes...
What about a woman needs to pay a man to come in to fix a broken window, to have a man to fix the stove that the husband poured grease all over it on the gas stove and burned two of them completely up? What about a man goes down to the basement when he was told, do not turn this knob from the plumber, and he breaks the handle, flood the basement with water? How much money does a woman has to pay another man to come in, fix his ignorance, mistakes? I mean, come on, you're not thinking, people. And you thinking what he's saying, that for the woman? What about the man who tears up everything? The woman has to pay another man to do the job. It doesn't say nothing about that in this talk. Come on, people, wake up.
So us and say, you know, honey, we need a new couch. Well, would you just say, well, no, we don't need a new couch? And isn't it true, brothers, that as far as we're concerned, we could probably sit on a couch until it actually fell apart?
Okay, he may have a point there. But what happens if a husband wants a new couch and the wife don't want to pay for the new couch because her husband weighs over 800 something pounds? Buying a new couch, what's going to happen? It's going to fall apart. Too much weight on it. Because a bunch of men wants to be so lazy and they keep gaining weight because they don't want to exercise. They don't want to even go out to field service to lose their weight. I mean, there is no balance in a Jehovah's Witnesses religion. Continue.
But with the house, the decorating, the furniture, it reflects the wife, doesn't it? And in fact, it's amazing that when someone comes to our home and they say, well, boy, you really have a nice home here. Isn't it generally in most cases our wives have done the decorating? They picked out the furniture and all of those things. So then rightly so, if she...
Agree. A woman wants to share off or show off their home. That's natural for any person. There's nothing wrong with that part. Let's continue.
She desires to have a piece that she would feel, I should say, make the home look better. Then as a husband, we have to look to provisions for those things. Perhaps she needs a new dress. And she says, well, I'd like to have a new dress. Well, as a husband, we'd have to sit down, look at our budget, and say, well, why don't we look at this and maybe see if...
What happens if a wife like to have a new refrigerator because the refrigerator is worn out? She's paying all the bills, everything, student loan, the mortgage, everything. She says, honey, I need a new refrigerator. He barely gets enough money just to get him by through the week, because remember, he only works 5 hours a night. 5 days, 2 hours a night. Barely got enough money to get him go back and forth to work. And he's eating money. Where does he save his money? Oh yeah, that's right. His mother pays for his car insurance. Pay him money when he needs it. But put money on the house? No. So where's the head of the house? In different situations. You won't find in Jehovah's Witnesses religion. But young men do stand up to be a husband. There are few who will not do that, because they've been brainwashed to believe that it's a woman's job to take care of their sorry ass.
If we can either work a new couch in or a new dress in or whatever the case might be. So now it doesn't mean that the husband is going to go into a lot of debt in order to just buy material things. But if he sees that his wife desires something material, and it's not anything outlandish, then if he tries to provide those things, she'll respect you for it, because she knows that you're not just concerned about yourself, but you're concerned about her as well.
Okay, this is where I'm going to cut off. Does a man respect his wife, the one who provides for him a home, food, shelter, electricity, gas, heat, when she's paying for all of that, when he won't even pick up a broom or wash dishes without being told, to take out the garbage without being told, move the garbage cans out of the way so she can come home without have to move garbage cans. There's few men out there that does this to their wives. That's the reason I put up these videos, because I believe it's time for people to see the real side of Jehovah's Witnesses men. It's not a beautiful paradise that they want you to come into this false religion to think that you're going to have a happy marriage. It's not going to happen. The only way it's going to happen, you stay the way to hell out of this false religion, this dangerous cult. Then you have more chances to fix a marriage, to be more brainwashed, and then you have to have no choice to divorce or separate, because the other person has been completely transformed into an evil person. And trust me, I lived that, and it's not a pretty sight, and no one shouldn't have to go through that. So this is the second one, and we got maybe 2 more left. Who knows? Y'all take it easy. Bye bye.